Hello everyone, Comrade Snake here. So I am getting ready to start Scenario 3 of Into the Woods. This one is the morning action around Shiloh Church. So this is a little bit on the larger side than any of the other ones that I've done so far. And it has like all of the special rules for the battle are in effect for this that are in the battle book. I'm not going to get to all of them, but there's some penalties and stuff for the Union. Like for instance, it was just one example is it's a lot harder for them to get ammunition supplies at the start. There's also a rule about them routing for under certain conditions, kind of easier, I would say easier to route them under the right conditions, at least for the early morning turns, as the, the surprise of the Confederate attack and etc. and green units, all that. Point being that all of the special rules are in effect. We have some other kind of things going on. I'm not going to get into super huge detail. There's reinforcements that are going to come in from the map for the Union. They have some special orders at the start where they have to basically go first before they're allowed to free action, if you want to call it, or they have full freedom of action. So for instance, they might have to march down to not march orders, I don't think. I'd have to double check if march orders are allowed in this. I can't remember off the top of my head. I'll double check the special rules, but they have to go to Shiloh Church or somewhere else. There's a couple things they might have to go before they're allowed to do certain things. But we got part of Peabody's regiment is in here. There's nothing, like none of the stuff that would normally be on the kind of eastern side of the map is not used for the scenario. It's kind of just cut off along the East Corinth Road over here, kind of running up is where the scenario cuts off for this. Johnson is using, he's the yellow guy right down here. He uses Chetham's activations for the scenario. There's some other special rules about that, but point is there's like still some constraints, but kind of sort of less. It's a little closer to playing like the full scenario. It's also a longer scenario. It goes on for 4 turns instead of the 2 that were happening in the other ones. Confederates need to try to basically push as far as they can and keep rolling up the Union line. So let's get a little closer look at the battlefield then. So starting all the way in the back here, we of course have Beauregard. He's with Polk and Hardee right now. And everyone, of course, starts in command for the first turn. All of the Confederates have to be under attack or advance orders, so they're all under advance down here for the moment. They may switch to... I might actually switch Shaver to attack before I start the scenario. That might be a good idea. I'll consider that. Confederates have initiative for the first turn, so yeah, it might make more sense to actually put them to attack. In fact, here, Shaver will be an attack. I don't know if I want to do that with Wood. It might be worth doing for Wood too, because he's going to be able to go. Yeah, all right, that makes more sense. Okay, there. So now we have Wood and Shaver in attack, heading over to smash Peabody. Peabody starting an extended line here, and an extended line with a refused flank to keep from being overrun on the flank here by the 3rd Confederate Regiment. Hindman's up forward, Ruggles kind of in the middle, Johnson is in the back. We have Clark's brigades with Stewart and Russell back here, bringing up, coming right up. Over on the left flank, we have Pond moving into advance, maybe try to advance across the stream here. And then way up in the front, we have Claiborne. His units are up here. Some of them are also disorganized. These guys are disorganized from some fighting that occurred. They actually need to rally before they're allowed to move. And then on the Union line, Peabody, of course, or part of Peabody. And then we have Hildebrand up here. This is Sherman's division, which is the fifth, I believe, the 5th Division of the Army of Tennessee. Yeah, and then we have Buckland forming a defensive line here, Hilberg defensive line here, McDowell up on the heights with some artillery, another defensive line. It's gonna be real rough go for Pond to try to break through up here. It's also gonna be very slow. No matter where Pond tries to break through up here, it's gonna be rough. He's gonna have a hard time, at least probably, unless the Union somehow rolls terribly. Then we have Wraith up here with his boys getting ready. McClellan is technically on the field with some cavalry. So Wraith is going to be able to kind of move. I think, depending on exactly how it shakes out, I think Cleburne's going to... There's a lot of Union guys up here. I actually might want to put... I'm going to double check, because I think I might want to put the 70th Ohio in an extended line so that they're not a mass target. Well, actually, they still will be, just because they're 17 strength, yeah. But still, just to maximize firepower. Where was I? Yeah, so Cleburne's going to have a bit of a rough go. Maybe he'll do some damage, but probably going to get overpowered just because of the sheer number of Federals. Wraith is probably going to have to redeploy south of the Lost Field to try to stymie Shaver and, well, I'll just say Hindman's advance if he presses through Peabody easily. Then I may have, depending on exactly how things shake out, I think what the Confederates are going to do, apart from just trying to do that, they're going to have Clark is going to bring his regiments up towards where Cleburne is, to try to smash through once Cleburne is cleaned up whichever direction. And then I think I might have Johnson swing around to the right to go up supporting Shaver and Wood when they get too exhausted up near kind of the Lost Field, and to try to push that way. Union plan is to, of course, hold this line for as long as, delaying this flank for as long as possible. So we'll get right down below Lost Field. We have Marsh and Hare coming in, and then Veatch coming in. Depending on, I think, exactly how things shake out, it's probably going to end up with Marsh and Hare. I don't think Hare is only bringing some cavalry, and yeah, Hare only has a cavalry and a artillery piece. Eventually Grant shows up as well. Probably going to have Hare just kind of deploy somewhere in the front to give a little extra firepower. Marsh, let's see, Marsh is just coming in with artillery. He's going to have to deploy somewhere, maybe down to give some artillery. Yeah, probably to give some more artillery support to Wraith, assuming he's still around. And then Veatch is going to come down on the flank here. I mean, he's going to have orders too, I believe. He has to show up on the roar of battle. Veatch's brigade, yeah, they have to roll to determine roar of battle as well. So it's going to depend on the roll, where exactly they have to go, and that'll kind of course, informing where they end up going. So if they get a low roll, we go to the Hamburg-Purdy-Corinth Road intersection, hex 2902, so that is here. So this intersection. So if they roll low, Veatch is going to end up going here, which may mean could go from there. They'll probably end up having to support this side near Shiloh Church, but maybe it kind of depends. Might end up somewhere else. Mid-roll, they go to the Hamburg-Purdy Eastern Corinth Road intersection, 4210. So here's 4210. Okay, so then they may end up going this way, which is most likely, which I think was probably the best, just because then they'll be able to support that flank with Wraith's flank. And then on a high roll, they lose first activation, but then they can go anywhere after that, which is unfortunate for losing that thing, but then I can kind of throw them wherever. So, you know, we'll see how that goes. So that's the general idea of what's going on. Confederates trying to push to take these fields and hexes up here. yeah, I don't think I have a whole lot else to say. Oh, sorry about that. Yeah, pretty much it. So because this one's larger, I'm probably going to skip even more than usual, just because. So we will see how that goes exactly. Yeah, so this is the start of the scenario. I'm going to start working on the turns for this. It's probably going to take me a bit longer between uploads than the other ones, just because there's more to do. But I have a better handle on the game itself, so I don't know, maybe it'll balance out. We'll see. But I'll catch you next time.